Good morning. I'm Kevin Smith. I'm Vice President of Business Development with Renaissance Oil Corp. I'm filling in for our President, Craig Stanke. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the trip out here. He was quite under the weather, so you have to bear with me. But I'd love to take you through and tell you about our story. So, as said, we're focused on Mexico, and it's an exciting opportunity. It's been under a monopoly of Pemex for 76 years. But more exciting than this is just the massive resource that's in place there. It's truly a world-class jurisdiction for oil and gas. There's somewhat of near 400 billion barrels of oil identified already, and this is through Pemex's efforts, and we think that that's not been very extensive efforts. We think that there's a huge opportunity to move the production forward in Mexico with application of modern drilling and completion techniques. Some of the advancements have been taken over in North America and throughout the world. Pemex has been a little slow to adopt these, and we think that they've left some great crown jewels behind. And with the opening for foreign investment, we think there's going to be great opportunities for growth in this environment. One part that really helps us in determining where we're trying to go in Mexico is we've collaborated with Halliburton. We have a relationship with them with a memorandum of understanding to work together to high-grade these lands and towards possible joint investment. They've been there for decades and have a great understanding and really a great asset for a small company like ourselves that new in the country and able to get up to speed quite quickly. So we're focused on looking at mature fields, bypass discoveries, and we have quite an expertise within the shale side assessment, and that really hasn't been explored very much in Mexico, and we think it's a huge opportunity. The company also has operations in Spain. Renaissance was a successful bidder on 1.3 million acres for acreage perspective for shale resources. Spain is not normally known as an oil and gas jurisdiction, but the preliminary reports and our analysis have shown that it's got a great petroleum system in the shales, and that's something that we're looking to take forward. We have a partner that has taken over a majority of this. We're now 40%, and our local partner, Samca, a large industrial family-owned company, has taken over that effort for us, and that allows our focus to be strictly on to Mexico. But the team is put together. We are an early-stage company, but we have a very talented management team that's got a track record of success. Our technical team is world-leading, has a strong understanding of shales, and I think we're well-positioned to take advantage of opportunities in Mexico as we go forward. And, of course, our partner Halliburton has given us a huge advantage. Like I said, we're a very new company. We went public on a TSX venture in July of last year. We raised just over $5 million, and this is at 30 cents. So that gives us basically a market capitalization. The stock's moving around but anywhere between kind of $12 to $15 million, so indicative of a new company. We also have 19.2 million warrants that also trade, and that's a strike price of 50 cents. But we're still fully funded. We have a majority of our cash left, and we're funded through the rest of the year. And this gives us the freedom to evaluate opportunities in Mexico without having to go back to the market. And it's quite tightly held. About 60% of the shares are held by insiders, and we have a pretty good idea where the rest of it goes. So it's kept our stock from being too volatile, but given this market. So Craig, our president, who couldn't be here, he's the founder, major shareholder of Renaissance, but in his last role, he was the founder and CEO of Realm Energy International, and this was a quite successful company over a short period of time. Went public in 2009 at about a dime, and put together a world-class group of properties throughout Europe. And eventually it was sold to San Leon for $1.30 of cash and shares, and so quite successful project. He was actually my client. I've come from an investment banking background. I've spent the last 15 years banking and financing junior oil and gas companies out of Calgary. He was one of the companies that I helped finance and was advisor. And then when he said he was getting together for another company, I was honored to join him in that effort. Rafael leads our exploration activities. He's based in Spain. And Jeremy is a very solid background with Deloitte, and he manages our books. Our lead director is Ian Telfer. You might know him around mostly from his mining expertise, but he was actually one of the founders and a major shareholder of Realm. That was a very successful endeavor, and so he's taken a much more active role with us here at Renaissance, and so he's with us in Mexico and in our negotiations and taking a quite active role and really opens the doors in Mexico. I mean, Goldcorp is a pretty massive success, and he's a terrific entrepreneur, but he also has a very large presence in Mexico. I mean, Goldcorp operates the 3 largest gold mines in Mexico, and invested over $4 billion of capital there. So, we're not necessarily trying to replicate Goldcorp for oil, but, certainly is the foundation of success and the path that he took that we're looking to honor, and working well with local partners. And certainly, his influence in Mexico has been very helpful. Gord Keep, he's also on our board. He's our financial advisor, works with Fiore Advisory and Capital. So he's had a terrific career in investment banking with his partner Frank Giustra, and has been phenomenal in the billions they've raised for junior resource companies, oil and gas and mining. And so that's also a good access for capital for us and advisory going forward. And I'll skip down to our lead technical advisor, Dan Jarvie. He was also with the Realm crew. He is a world-class geochemist. He's a leader in his field in evaluation of oil and gas opportunities globally. And so after the Realm days, he went on to become the chief geochemist at EOG Resources, and EOG being the largest shale producer in North America. And so he's now currently transitioning from that role and freeing up his time to be a lot more active with us, and a terrific resource, help building and leading our team on the technical side at Renaissance. I spoke a bit about Realm. It's a big reason why I joined the company, success of it, and it's the track record that we're trying to replicate. In short, though, launched in October 2009 and did 5 equity offerings on the stock exchange, all at higher prices, eventually sold out a very good return. And so the crew is back together, and with Ian and Craig at the helm, we're hoping to replicate that success at Renaissance. Through the Pemex monopoly, we've seen that Mexico's production has been sliding, and I think it's mostly from the lack of drilling and adding of new technologies. And I think, skipping ahead, if you look at this screenshot, it just gives you an idea of the development on the north side of that border that runs between the U.S. and Mexico through the Gulf of Mexico, the massive development that's happening there versus the small development that's happening, south of the border. And we're focused more onshore, but this is indicative onshore as well. The development at the border really has stopped, and I think that the liberalization of this jurisdiction is going to see a lot of capital come in and taking advantage of these new opportunities. Looking at the recovery factors, and so far to date, the recovery factor for oil in Mexico is about 12%, slightly higher for gas, but you see if this was in other parts of North America, recovery rates are much higher. A lot more capital going and exploiting the oil that's already there and known in place. Talk about the shale basins. Shale may be the biggest winner and biggest opportunity in Mexico. There's several shale basins, 5 of them in Mexico, virtually untouched. But if you've seen what's happened in the U.S., and we've all seen these charts, in the recent years, shale has been driving the production growth. And you see the various shale basins. And there's no reason why Mexico shouldn't be a major shale producer. It's happened in Canada, it's happened in the United States. And you can see from this graph that there's over 500 TCF of gas in place. New technology has been driven here. There's starting new wells in Mexico. I point out that the ones denoted with the red symbols beside them were all completed by Halliburton, so it gives us a great leg up. And that's our Halliburton relationship. I think that they bring a wealth of experience and gives us a good starting point and a strong partner going forward. More information about Spain, not our focus, but I would say in summary, the team is in place. It's a team that's had a great success story, and we think that Mexico is just a fantastic opportunity and place to grow this company for years. Welcome to take questions outside, and look forward to meeting you guys.